I believe in leaving a light on. Every once in a while, when I go into another room, I'll turn the light off and realize I have to go in and turn the light back on. Doesn't it make more sense to just leave the light on? For me, this doesn't just apply in literally leaving the light on, but not closing out people or thoughts completely. I believe in leaving a light on. For years, I had a best friend, but we eventually grew apart. We were really close. We ate dinner together every night for years. We would talk. My dad would make the most delicious dinners. One of our favorites was spaghetti and meatballs. In the car, we would play games, but it was an ongoing competition. The long car rides to camping, we would be waiting impatiently for the adventures to come. As we entered the park, we waited for a few more minutes watching the trees whiz by. We'd see glimpses of the lake, and when we started to see other campsites, we would get even more excited. When we finally arrived, we jumped out of the car and couldn't wait for the week of fun. We would go on bike rides and find new trails that are now as familiar as our own neighborhood. The hundreds of hours we spent together is something I will never forget. As we grew up, we didn't have much in common anymore. We eventually stopped hanging out, and I had lost my best friend. The light had been turned off. I had to accept that we weren't going to be hanging out anymore. I couldn't deny the fact that we were different now. I had to take the step and be honest with myself that the future would be different. I've always liked having friends, so I had to stay with that state of mind and become better friends with the people I knew. I'm now even closer with my neighbors, and the time I would have spent with my friend is now filled with new people. I've gone camping every year for many years. The past few years without my friend have been different. I don't have someone to hang out with all the time, and sometimes I get lonely. Leaving a light on for a future with a friend who loves camping as much as I do is worth living without one now. Patience is important when you want something to happen or when you are lonely. When the light is off, time feels like it's moving slowly. When you leave the light on, there's a chance for what you remember to happen in the future. You can't expect something to happen right away. For a year or two, I would never see my friend, but I see him all the time now. I try to say hi or at least smile. Being respectful is an important part of life. Being respectful is leaving a light on. It's the most important of preserving a friendship. It helps people's perspective of you improve if you are treating others with respect. Respect can be as simple as just saying hello. If I just ignore him, there isn't a chance for friendship in the future. I would relive the fun from the past any day, no matter what it takes to be respectful now. Even though we are really different people now, that doesn't mean we won't be alike again in the future. By simply respecting each other and not ignoring or being rude to one another, that's a way of leaving a light from the past on. Without leaving a light on, life would be a melancholy place. I would have to take more time to turn the light back on instead of just leaving it on. There would constantly be lost friendships that could have been rehashed in the future if only people would leave a light on.